Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So last episode, we got kind of knocked out or whatever, and now there is a beast in the palace, which we all know it's Klaude. So, just come here, Klaude. The beast moves again, and I realize that it is once more heading towards me. There's no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I need help. I have to find the others. Hopefully Alcaster will keep the beast busy long enough for me to get them. I turn and bolt through the room, moving my way through the chaos of knights as I head toward the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hands grip the arms of his throne, but there's nothing he can do. I'm so sorry, I'll be back. But for now I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunges past Sir Alcaster. For a few moments, I think he might attack, and he might be attacking me. Stay back! I hold my sword out in front of me and stand in a defensive position like Klaude taught me, but the beast never reaches me. You've ruined everything, beast! Alcaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his sword at the beast. I stumble back towards the door, my heart beating loudly in my chest. I have to get out of here. I pretend the beauty of the beast! Yes! I started loving this fairy tale once I watched the Emma Watson movie, because I totally forgot how much I loved Beauty and the Beast. Because when I was little, I didn't really comprehend it. I didn't get the story. I didn't understand it at all, but that story is really beautiful. Where did the beast come from? Knights immediately rush towards me. I back away as far as I can without re-entering the throne room. Princess, come quietly and we'll keep you somewhere safe until this all dies down. I cannot take them all on at once. Even knowing that I still pull out my sword, I take a few steps back and then I suddenly feel my back pressed up against something. The beast. Aww. I'm just imagining him as a really, really cute wolf. The beast stands behind me, its back to me. I stand in the shadow and I realize that if it turned around, it would swat me to the walls, just like the rest of its victims. But it's just standing there. Together. Together? He says nothing more, though I still feel on edge. There was something oddly familiar about this. God told me once it was better to fight back to back. I will trust you for now, whatever you are. I do not know if it understands me, but I can hope. It seems more like a human than any kind of animal. Princess, get away from the beast! It will... Knight never finishes his sentence as the beast sends him flying through the air. Why is it helping me? The knight falls like dominoes to the beast, but managed to remain standing when I strike them with my sword. Even just taking one down is so hard. These men have been trained for years, while I haven't even had the luxury of a year. Out of the corner of my eye, I sense movement. I see a gleam of silver, and hear a grunt as the sword is raised into the air. The sword is nowhere near reaching me, but... The beast! I aim a kick at an approaching knight before whirling around to look at the beast. Oncoming sword comes closer to the beast. It's to the beast's exposed back, and I know the beast will not be able to dodge in time. Move! I shove past the creature and catch the knight's sword with my own before it can harm the beast. My arms are shaking underneath the strength of the impact between our swords. I feel my arms are going to give out. Then a flash of light appears, so bright that everyone is temporarily blinded. I stumble back, rubbing in my eyes from the sounds of it. The beast is continuing to drive back the knights, most of them shouting to each other to retreat. What's that? When I am finally able to see again, my eyes automatically land on my feet. I stare in shock. Glass slippers! I quickly reach up to my pendant and realize that it is no longer there. I completed my 3 good deeds. Chico. Know what's my name? I look around and realize that the beast and I are alone, the knights having fled. The beast drive off the rest of them. I feel pressure at my back and realize that the beast is touching me. My first instinct is to run, but the words it utters next paralyze me. You. Okay? Oh, you're so cute! Every word sounds breathless and pain, like it's too much to speak. It is worried about me. I watch in shock as the beast appears to gesture towards my shoes. You did it. Oh! I step back warily. What are you? The beast reaches out and I see something glittering in the palm of its hand. The rose pendant! Oh, my love! A rose locket. It was a pendant, now it's a locket? Well, probably a locket the whole time. For a few moments, my heart plummets into my stomach and my hands begin to quiver. What did you do to Klaude? Yes, Klaude. Beast Shadow's fingers curl over the locket even as he stares at me. I gave that locket to Klaude. Beast only stares at me for a few moments longer, and then suddenly I realize that his words, nothing more than a pained growl, do not hold any malice. I gave that locket to you? Beast slowly nods. My grasp on my sword loosens as I stare at him in shock, realization dawning upon me. What? Yes. So this is your secret. Why would you not tell me? I could have hurt you. Klaude has another form, a cursed form, and he never told me. Why? As my mind whirls, I feel everything coming together like the pieces of a puzzle. Oh, he is so cute. Secrets are secrets for a reason, princess. You should know that. If I could only speak on them, I would. But I can't. Michiko, I wish I could explain. You would hate me, or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. All of those times Klaude was clutching in his chest. You were touching your tattoo so many times before, like you were in pain. Oh. The beast growls, and the sound is surprisingly soft, almost a sigh. Curse. And the tattoo was a warning. Oh. I can just hear him like painting these words out. You're so cute, Klaude. The first time I saw that tattoo was a beautiful rose. The second time it had more thorns. But the rose became ensnared in thorns. Transformed. He always touched his tattoo when he came too close to me. Klaude, your curse did not just make others fall in love with you. It stopped you from loving anyone too, didn't it? What? That is so painful! He mentioned that woman before, the one who he thought loved him but didn't. Is it possible that she saw him in this form and was terrified of him? If you loved anyone, you would turn into a beast. Oh, this is horrible! You loved a woman once, but she only loved you because of your curse. The minute you transformed, she was scared of you, wasn't she? Yes. So pained. Oh, I have goosebumps! The reason Klaude has been trying to hide everything from me is because he is scared that I would have feared him. That is why beauty has always been so important to him. The curse cast upon him makes him both beautiful and a beast. I wanted you to love me, but no one could love a beast. I feel like I have to say it like that because he probably sounds like that. His words are dwindling. It almost sounds like he's being suffocated on the inside with how slowly he's speaking. Klaude, I have never cared much about appearances. People have worn masks on their faces their whole life around me. Klaude, I take a deep breath and face him. I will love you no matter what form you take. Oh! I drop my sword to the ground and make my way over to him. I rest my cheek on his chest and wrap my arms around him. I love you. Oh, wow! It's so bright. The room is filled with a bright but gentle light. It almost feels like I'm bathing in sunlight. For a few moments, I forget my worries. Everything feels blissful and quiet, and my heart feels full. Then moments later, I feel warmth around my arms. Warm arms! Not warmth. Warm arms around my waist. I love you too, Michiko. My Klaude. When I open my eyes, I still can't see anything. Even though I know that the light has faded. That warmth is still there too, but now I feel it immediately on my skin. And I realize that it is because Klaude is hugging me. Not as a beast, but as a man. Did I break his curse? I realize this is the first time Klaude has ever touched me for a long time. For a long period of time, without abruptly moving away. Attentively, I move my hands, feeling the fabric on his shirt and the warmth of him underneath it. Klaude? Before I can finish my sentence, my lips are sealed. I feel Klaude's lips on mine, only briefly, but it's enough to make me suddenly feel faint. He pulls away from me with a brilliant smile. I've always wanted to do that. Oh, you're so cute. Hey Chico, you're blushing. If I could, I would kiss you again, but we have some urgent things to attend to. The reality of the situation begins to seep back into me. My father, Varg, Alcaster, they are still in the throne room. The king! Let's go, Michiko. What about my slippers? Hello? When Klaude and I rush into the throne room, my attention is immediately grabbed by the king calling my name. Oh, father remembers me! Right? He's calling for me. Michiko! He's still bound to the throne, though. His gag is removed. A rush of relief floods through me. He's alive. He's alive and he remembers me. My gaze is drawn to the two men battling at the base of the throne. Their swords are locked together in stalemate. Alcaster and Fritz? What has happened here? This is not how you gain power. I knew you would be a thorn in my side from the moment I concocted this plan. Where is Varg? The only one here is me, and I will... Fritz's concentration slips as his eyes land on me. The opening is small, but it is enough to give Alcaster the opportunity he needs. Watch out! Klaude is already running over to help, but even he is too slow. Alcaster disarms Fritz before... Whoa, disarmed. Hello? Fritz before driving his sword through Fritz's chest. What? Oh my god! No, what? Alcaster pulls the sword out of Fritz's chest just as fast enough to deflect Klaude's attack. As Klaude drives Alcaster away from the throne and rushes to where Fritz has collapsed to the ground. Yo, we haven't even seen Fritz in so long, you kill him off like that? It's like a horrible movie that I would not watch again. His eyes are already growing glassy. Fritz! I lean over him. There's so much blood. You killed your own son. Isn't that his son? I glare at Alcaster. Yes, he is. How can you do this to your own son? Anyone in my way will meet my sword. Blood does not matter. Oh, apparently not. Obviously not. Princess. Oh, Fritz, my love. I turn back to Fritz in alarm, tears in my eyes. Fritz, hold on. Please. Let's speak. You need to conserve your energy. Princess, I'm sorry. Fritz, please don't. Don't speak. I feel bitter tears stinging my eyes. Sorry. Stop, you fool! I watch as the life seeps from... Oh no, we just met him! Again! I put my hand to his chest to feel for a heartbeat, but Fritz's body still. I can't even scream right now. It's so sad. I have legit goosebumps everywhere. Oh god, it looks really horrible. If I had a face cam, you could see every freaking bump on my arm right now. It's on my legs as well. Oh my god. I glance up at the sound to see Klaude at the far side of the room, struggling to get to his feet. I wonder if No. I was trying to take a picture of my goosebumps, it didn't work. But I have them. It's, oh god, it's like so much. I glance up at the sound to see Klaude at the far side of the room, struggling to get to his feet. Michika, watch out! Turn, but am not fast enough. I see Alcaster's sword raised high in the air, and I know it will reach me before I can pick up my sword. Oh, Delora! The sword falls from Alcaster's hand as a bright red ribbon of light twines around the hilt and drags it far from reach. I turn and see Dolores standing a short distance away. Durin, Garland, and Watts all standing behind her. I'm afraid your performance as king has been incredibly disappointing. Durin and Garland move together, rushing Alcaster from the same side. I see Klaude moving in from the other side, quiet. Princess! Watts and Delora rush over to me as the fighting continues. Alcaster has reclaimed his sword and is trying to evade attacks from 3 different swords at once. The king nods at me, his gaze lingering on Fritz as his expression becomes solemn. He walks off to the throne while Delora kneels beside him. Delora shakes her head, and that is all I need to know, that there is nothing more to be done. We'll make sure he is properly honored, but for now we will need to get you out of here. What about Ophelia? Waiting for us somewhere safe. I constructed a shield around her that will keep her hidden from view and harm until we return her. Weren't we meant to bring the royal family back to the margin first? Now when we're missing the king. Besides, plans change when a magical beast starts rampaging the castle. Princess! I turn to look at Alcaster, who is still somehow managing to scream my name despite the fact that he is being quickly overwhelmed. Princess, we could have worked together. If you were more like your mother, you could have ruled with grace, beauty, and fear. I flinch back and Delora's hand comes to rest on my forearms, her grip steadying. That is enough. I look up and see that the king has stopped to stand beside me. To my surprise, the king rests a gentle hand on my shoulder, his eyes soft as he looks at me. Chico, I have a lot to talk about, but right now I have something I must do. I nod mutely and watch as the king draws his sword. Father? Father, can you please call me your daughter? Like, don't call me by my name. Sheesh. He makes his way to Alcaster. Julian, Garland, and Klaude stepped back from where they had forced Outcaster to one knee. "You're a traitor lacking any honor, Outcaster. You're the one that lacked honor. A ruler must have the people beneath his thumb. A ruler must lead people, not suffocate them. His oath as king is to protect them. You are no king, Outcaster. For your crimes, I find you guilty and incapable of rehabilitation. The sentence for the severity of your crimes is death." Good job, Dad. The king raises his sword, and I turn away before he strikes down his sword. There is no sound or scream to follow. I turn once more to see that the king has pointed the sword at Outcaster's chest, but has not killed him. "You will stay in the prisons until the time for your trial comes. Though you might try to refute these claims, you would be tried as a traitor to this kingdom, and then you will be executed." Outcaster's shoulders fall. Glare never leaves his face, not even when guards seize him and drag him from the room. The king immediately sends Julian and Garland out to deal with any knights that are still part of the coup. Lauren and Klaude help with moving Fritz's body, while Watts tries his best to fill the king in on the most basic points of our successful operation. I love all of these guys. They're just too amazing. I don't think I can have a favorite. Everything has died down a little bit over the last hour, but I still feel overwhelmed. I glance at Watts and the king, who are still speaking. Every time the king sees me looking at him, he flashes me an uncertain smile before glancing away. I know he wants to speak with me, but I will talk to him later, or after. After I can get Fritz's body out of my mind, it was my fault he died, wasn't it? He saw me and stumbled. He loves me. Why else would he do that? "Hey, princess. What are you doing here?" "Here, I thought you'd change, but you've still got some feistiness in you, don't you?" "Many years ago, when the war ended, we were all faced with a feeling just like this, princess. We had lost so much, and the future seemed so grim. But now it's different. You have a future. You broke your curse, princess. That gives you some kind of hope. And in addition, you broke Karma's." Aww. Memories of Klaude's arm around me, of his lips on mine, come flying back to my foggy mind. My heart still feels tight, but it is a little lighter when I think about him. I wish he was here right now. How did I break Klaude's curse? Klaude, I don't think I'll ever get used to his real name. Seems like he hasn't told you yet. I guess it's been pretty hectic. So Klaude turned into a beast because he loved me. Well, I guess I could give you the laydown of his curse. Stop! Desist! The lord has not even started to speak when Klaude runs into the room, gasping as if he's been running through the halls. Curse! Are you speaking about my curse? There's no way he heard us talking in the hallway, is there? Even I feel at a loss for words right now. I sense that you might be talking about me. The princess was just asking me about your curse. Oh, then I was right to succumb, Brenny. And here I was just guessing at what you might be talking about. Klaude's curse was based off of the tale of the Beauty and the Beast. Klaude easily finishes her sentence. Delora holds up her hands as if in surrender. So eager to steal the spotlight. Well, you are talking about me after all. You always told me that your curse was just the beauty's curse, though. Well, yes, because the other half was a little difficult to explain, wasn't it? He has a point, though I think he might have been able to save us all some trouble if he hadn't been so secretive about his curse. He really must have been scared that I would shun him. Allow me to explain, princess. In the fairy tale, a prince of a kingdom is transformed into a beast because his heart is as cold as ice. Sounds familiar to a certain icy princess, eh? Just trying to lighten the mood. Klaude sighs. I would call Michiko something far more flattering, like my sweet beloved. Okay! No! Stop. That's too embarrassing. We were talking about your curse. Oh, right. Well, anyway, the witch who cursed the prince in the tale tells him that he has to learn to love and be loved before the petals of a rose completely fall off. Rose? Yes. She gives him a rose and he keeps it protected under glass. Some time passes and the rose continues to wither away. A maiden finds the beast and eventually the two fall in love. At the end of the tale, she confesses her love to the beast and he transforms back into a human. By confessing, I saved you. But his curse was different from the tale. I know what you're thinking, that my curse was somewhat different. It was more complicated. The witch made it so that I was both the beauty and the beast. She said it suited me because I was so vain. The witch constructed a very roundabout curse. Any woman who falls for me falls in love with me as the beauty, and when I transform into a beast, the enchantment would break and they would become terrified of me. I doubt Klaude ever thought he would break the curse. The love woman felt for him while he was cursed was always fake. How could that kind of love hold strong when he turned into a beast if it was never true to begin with? Then you came along, princess. I bet he'd just given up hope and was waiting for you to dispel the curse on your birthday. But now, here you both are. But the ice princess in love. What a miracle. I turn away embarrassed. It is not a miracle. I am very glad I met you, Michiko. Lady Dolores' words are the truth. I had just about given up hope. I never had any hopes of breaking my curse. I thought that the only way to fix it would be to have you dispel it on your birthday. But then I came to know you, and we fell in love. A fairy tale indeed. We started out frowning at everyone and everything. You've come a long way, princess. Congratulations! You turned out to be a pretty okay princess. And you turned out to be a pretty okay witch. Gasp! Do my ears deceive me? A compliment for my little witch? Ugh. You look so surprised, but you'll be the new barrier of our crystal real soon, princess. I expect good things from you. Right, I almost forgot about that part. I'll try my best. Yet another miraculous proclamation from the little witch. Will the surprises never cease? Or I can snap at the door again. The king awkwardly interjects, coming to stand next to us and with Waltz by his side. Pardon the intrusion? Oh, not at all, your majesty. Father? Waltz told me that you were cursed. That's why I forgot about you. Yes. Even if it was by a curse, I feel terrible that such a thing could have ever happened. So I'll make it up to you. Catch up from where we were many, many years ago, and maybe things can be different. I'm sorry. What for? Being the way that I was before. For shunning Ophelia and her children. Oh! Ophelia, did they bring her back to the marchand? Ophelia is still here. After the fight was over, she was shown back to her room. She is still waiting for Ron and Emmy to return. Now, would you maybe be willing to tell me this story from the beginning? Perhaps I could fill in the gaps, your majesty. What? King looks startled when he stares at Klaude. He blinks as if he has just noticed his presence. Oh, and you are? My boyfriend, Dad. Klaude elegantly bows before the king. I am Prince Klaude of Brigantia. I have pleasure to finally meet you, your majesty. The lost prince. The king turns to me with a puzzled look. It's a long story. Klaude surprises me by wrapping an arm around my shoulders and pulling me closer to him. Everyone looks shocked, except for Delora, who looks like she is trying not to laugh. As the princess's lover, I feel it my obligation to help her explain this whole mess. I feel my face getting hotter at Klaude's sudden proclamation. All their eyes are now on me, and I suddenly feel like hiding myself. Only Klaude would so bluntly say. The king looks more shocked than anything. When did this happen? Well, your majesty, I think we had better start at the beginning. Yeah, Dad. We were able to tell the king everything, save from where Varg had disappeared to. No one was sure where he had gone in all the chaos. The night's searches for him all ended in failure. A lot of explaining had to be done, not just to the king, but also to the people at the tavern. As soon as everything has calmed down, Ron and Emmy finally went back to the palace. I apologized to them as best as I could, and they all seemed willing to try again with me. And I'm willing to try again too. As for Klaude, they're going back. Are you sure you don't want to come to Brigantia with me? Just for a short holiday, I would love nothing more than to introduce you to my family. Mother would shower you with gifts. Father would, well, tease you, probably. He makes jokes frequently. And Llama... Well, what did you just say? Llama? He has a pet llama? My brother, Llama. What? Another acronym for Karma and Llama. Did your father do these things on purpose? I told you he likes jokes. My brother's real name is Lance. I was going to bring you back and introduce the two of you. And you could tell my little brother how very charming I am. It's just my imagination, or is there a glimmer of competition in his eyes? As much as I would like to meet your family, you have your own obligations here, and you need to let your family know that you're safe and alive. But the thought of being separated from you... Klaude sighs before he leans down and plants a kiss on my forehead. I'll miss you. I won't be gone that long. Love, that's not how you're supposed to respond. I just love how he talks. You're supposed to say, my sweet prince, I'll miss you too. Fine then, I'll miss you. Maybe. Klaude raises an eyebrow at me and then smiles. I'll be back for your birthday. I love you, Michiko. Aww. It's only been a few weeks since Klaude left, but I am impatient. The king has been throwing grand dinners every night in preparation for my birthday, but I can hardly concentrate on anyone else when I am thinking of Klaude. I told him about all the smaller birthday celebrations. I thought he would be here for them. My birthday is in a few days. When will he come back? I have tried to make myself busy, mainly by continuing my sword practice with Jurian and Garland, who have both rejoined the Order of Caldera. Every time I am around the knights, I think of Fritz. Oh, I forgot about him for a split second. I shall bring some new flowers tomorrow. If Klaude would just return already, we could go pay our respects together. Oh, he's here! Hello, Michiko, my love, my sunshine, my beautiful betrothed. Klaude? I shake my head and try to gather my thoughts. First of all, you did not knock. Second, we are not engaged. We might as well be, don't you think? At the very least, knock before you come in. Still worried I would come in on you in the middle of changing? But you have minded so terribly. Yes. It's worth saying those things to you just to see you blush. Why are you even here? His arrival was so sudden and I had absolutely no time to prepare. Klaude sighs dramatically. You didn't want me back here. No, I mean, you had not even right to say you'd be back today. I just wasn't expecting you. I did say I would be back for your birthday. I am a man of my word. Should I have stayed out longer? No, of course not. I grumble as Klaude walks over to my bed, grinning. He sits down on the bed next to me and wraps an arm around my waist, pulling me closer. I sigh out and lean my head on his shoulder. It's a startling contrast to what it used to be. Before, if I touched him, he would flinch and turn away from me. Now he's always right next to me. Klaude's whole body seems to relax when I tentatively wrap my arms around him and hug him back. I knew I would miss you, but it really was terrible being away from you. But you enjoyed the time with your family. I did, and my brother was very frustrated that I spoke about you almost every hour of the day. How could you have that much to say about me? Oh, I felt I didn't have enough time to list off all your virtues. I nudge him in the arm, but he just grins at me. A giant. A glint from Klaude's pocket catches my eye, and I flush proudly when I notice the rose locket. Looking at the locket makes me think back to that night when he transformed back into a prince. Lost in thought, are we? I was just noticing the locket. You still carry it around with you? Of course I do. It has become my most valuable possession. He pulls the little locket out and pops it open. I'm startled when I see the small sheet of my paper with my own words on it. I told you! I knew it! I knew there was paper still in there. My message to him is still there. Klaude smiles as he reads the words aloud. A normal rose would have withered, so I offer this one instead in heartfelt thanks. I say nothing when he turns to look at me. Cheeks are all red again. Your embarrassment is adorable, darling. I'm not embarrassed. I just didn't think he'd keep the words in there or that they would ever mean so much to him. Yes, of course, you just have exceptionally rosy cheeks, Yes, Klaude, it's all the makeup. He pauses as he closes the locket again and looks at it fondly. I love this locket because it is the first gift he gave me. He's holding the locket as the beast too. It was half of the reason I recognized him. I jump as Klaude gently taps my nose with his finger. The locket isn't going anywhere anytime soon, I can assure you. I smile as he winks at me. Anyway, allow me to pull you back into the present. I promise you no more secrets, let me tell you something. Oh? Klaude looks away from me, his eyebrows furrowing, and I frown. I hope it's nothing serious. I'm nervous about sitting down to dinner with your father tonight. You're nervous? I start laughing without even meaning to. You're laughing at my pain, princess. He pulls me closer and kisses the top of my head. But you're too flamboyant to be nervous. I'm confident, princess, not flamboyant. There's a difference. Right? Right, sure there is. Claude's expression grows more solemn. He looks at me seriously, almost sadly. Chico, I'm still sorry about lying to you. That whole time, I made myself up to be someone beautiful, someone I wasn't. I believe I was truly a good person on the inside and that I deserved good things, even though I was selfish. He's already apologized to me before, too many times. Claude, you don't have to apologize. No, that witch was right to curse me. I've always had everything handed to me on a silver platter. When I came to Angeli, I believed that if it wasn't going to help break my curse, it wasn't important. And then I met you. At first I thought I would just have to get on your good side so you could help me dispel my curse. But then, Ichigo, I realized I was drawn to your confidence and commitment. But I could never admit it that I was in love with you. I was so scared that if I transformed to a beast and you were scared of me, I would lose my chance at winning your heart. So you see, Princess, I was selfish. I wanted all of you without having to give you all of me. I look down at where our hands are intertwined and I grip his fingers tighter. I've told you enough times now that you have nothing to apologize for. But if you insist on apologizing, maybe you ought to do something to make it up to me. Oh, okay. Those words are out of my lips before I can even think them. I stop suddenly, trying to ignore the hot flush in my cheeks. Claude looks at me puzzled, and for a few moments I feel triumphant that I have caught him off guard. Then the puzzled look fades, and Claude just grins at me. Oh my, so forward! Forward! I open my mouth to apologize when he suddenly grabs my hand and tugs me down to the bed. Hello? The instincts Claude taught me in my sword fighting are quickly overwhelmed by my surprise, and in no time at all he has me down to the bed and is looming just above me, smiling. Aww! Like, we're over the time limit, but I think this is near the ending, so this is gonna be a long episode. I'm disappointed. Princess, you knew my weakness and you didn't even exploit it there. Weakness? Yes. He leans closer to me and our noses almost touch. My weakness is you, Michi. Aw, they're so cute. He leans close and our lips finally meet. I relax into the contact, my earlier tension melting away as warmth flows through me. He pulls away and smiles at me. See? I let my guard down in front of you. I let my guard down in front of him too. And only him. This whole time all I've wanted to do is to be able to touch him like this. His fingers move gently up my arm and he leans down to kiss me again. Uh-oh. The sound of knocking startles us both. A muffled voice comes through the door. Princess, the king is requesting your presence down in the dining hall. He says that your friends have arrived. Princess? I hear the doorknob begin to turn and quickly speak. Yes, I will be there in a minute. I let him know, Princess. First the curse and now this? It is all as if the world is conspiring against us. He kisses me once more on the forehead before slowly sitting up and running a hand through his hair. I catch the mischievous look in his eyes as I smooth down my own ruffled hair. Don't worry, Michiko. We'll just finish this later. I feel my cheeks flush. You say such uncouth things? Claude chuckles before he stands up and offers his hand. I take it and smile up at him. I love you, Michiko. And now I get to say as many times as I like. I love you too, Claude. I stand up on my toes to plant a quick kiss on his lips before heading to the door. Let's go, Claude. Oh, yay, ending! Director, story, art, scriptwriter, and GUI. Kuruko? Wow, they did a lot. Is that the company name or is that just one single person? Oh, it's midnight. Is there music? I can't really hear if there's music. Oh, hello. Oh, this is beautiful. I love the font. That is beautiful. I love the font. Oh. The font to the writers' names are really pretty. But we have officially finished Claude's route. I forgot who was next. Was it Rumple? And then Rod? Or is it Rod's last, right? I think he's last. So Rumple is next. Oh, he's so gorgeous. I think Rumple is next. I don't know how he's gonna be Claude, aka Karma. Because at first I wasn't too into Karma. Because I was like, he's this flirtatious guy. Because usually in animes and such, I'm not into like the flirtatious guy. Because it's just not my thing. I'm usually into the more mysterious guys. But Karma isn't technically very flirtatious either. I think Rumpel is the guy that's flirtatious. So it's so beautiful. I loved his route. I loved how it just freaking, it was really smooth. It wasn't too long where it was like really, really boring. It just fell perfectly. Oh, look, it's so beautiful. And this game is free. That's what makes it crazy. That just makes my brain shook because it's free. And this is only 1 out of the 5. Oh, it restarted itself. Hello. I can't even click anything. Cute. It's his route is beautiful. I cannot wait. Oh, achievement. I don't know. You guys can see that. Rose in full bloom. So we got his. There it is. We got him. I think Rumpel's next. I don't know. Rumpel or Rod is next. Fritz, I'm guessing this is Fritz? Waltz? Oh, Rod? Red Riding Hood, right here. Hey, that's Rumpel. That's Rod. Rumpel? Because Rumpel is like the old spinner, right? Waltz is Peter Pan here. And this is Fritz. Fritz is the mermaid? Really? Looks like Rod's next. Guess we gotta play Rod? I don't mind Rod. Whatever. Whatever. I'm just gonna go in order, guys, okay? I'm just gonna go in order. Go in order. Whoever's after Karma, I'll just go after them, alright? Either way, I'm playing all 5, but I love this game so far. Karma's route was beautiful. I cannot wait for the other guys. Hopefully they can top Karma. If they're under Karma, I'm definitely gonna rank my favorite guy to the least favorite guy, because that's what I usually do anyway with Otome games. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this so far. Next route, I don't know whoever's the next guy. It's either gonna be Rumpel or Rod. It's gonna be neither of them. Either of them. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.